Now it's time for the doozy. This one is challenging. What makes this one challenging is we're talking about 3 different teachers. So I am going to have to keep using equations. I'm going to end up with 3 equations. So that's going to be a little nasty. So we've got 3 teachers that teach 49 students. And the teachers' names are Mr. Brown, Miss White, and Miss Green. So I'm just going to use B, W, and G for their names. So Brown, White, and Green teach a total of 49 students. Mr. Brown teaches twice as many as Miss White. So Mr. Brown has more than Miss White. If Miss White had 10 students, Mr. Brown had 20 students. So Brown is equal to 2 times W. He has twice as many as Miss White. We've seen above those substitutions. So instead of B, I'm going to write 2W. Now, I know I have to keep going because there's still 2 letters, 2 variables, 2 different unknowns in this problem. I'm not going to be able to solve and get an answer until I have 1 variable. Let's see. So Mr. Brown teaches twice as many as Miss White. Who? So Miss White teaches 3 more than Miss Green. Not 3 times as many, but 3 more than Miss Green. So Miss White has 3 more students than Miss Green. So if Miss Green has 10 students, Miss White has 13. I'm adding 3 to it. So now everywhere I see W, which I see it twice, I've got to put that 3 more than Miss Green. So we've got 2, and then in parentheses, I'm going to put the W because it's got more than 1 term. Here's another W. You can put this one in parentheses or you don't have to. So this was what originally was brown, white, and green. So that first term, the 2, is because it was double. He had twice as many. And then the plus 3 is because it was 3 more than Miss Green. The parentheses are really important for that first one because we have that double out front. They're not as important for the second one, so you don't have to have them there. So I'm going to get rid of them at this stage after I distribute. There's really not anything to distribute there. Technically, there's an invisible 1, and we distribute it. We still got 3 and G. I'm going to add my like terms together. Like terms, I keep alike. I'm not going to change any of their signs. Again, my like terms also have those numbers. Now, when I start moving things that are not on the same side, that's when I'm going to be doing the opposite. So, for instance, I'm going to subtract 9. So I get 4G is equal to 40. Then I'm going to divide by 4. And I'm going to get green has 10 students. So if green has 10, remember that white had 3 more than that. So 3 plus 10 is 13 students. And brown had twice as many as white. So brown had twice as many as 13. So 26 students. Now, if you had a lot of time, you could sit here and guess and check with numbers that would add to be 49. Just a reminder, the way I'm going to grade these, you're going to turn in your work for your problems, and I'm going to come here and make sure that you've got algebra steps in here. You cannot get full credit. I'll give you some partial credit for doing some guess and check because that's nice. I mean, that's some valid math too. But what I'm supposed to be grading you on is the skill of taking a word problem and turning it into this algebraic equation. So some of the points are going to come from that specific skill because that's what I'm supposed to be grading you on in this class. But I'll give you some partial credit if you do guess and check because that is something that's nice. It's just not what we're actually going after in this section.